Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. And the View this morning started talking about Sarah Huckabee Sanders going on the stage in, I guess, Michigan on a Trump rally, where, by the way, Trump confused Alaska and Afghanistan. Stable genius. Um, and made a dig about Kamala Harris not having children to ground her, although that she co-parented her husband's children from the time that they were teenagers. So anyway, and I 100% agree with Sarah Huckabee. I mean, with Sunny Hostin, that Huckabee Sanders mispronounced her name intentionally. I think they all do it intentionally. I think it's part of their racist shtick. They're just going to stick with mispronouncing her name because they think that that's fun because they're immature little children. Um, all of the panelists are right that this is a terrible strategy for the GOP, trying to attack people who don't have kids. Um, and then, their whole weird stance about abortion and forcing people and to have children that they don't want, and in situations where it's unhealthy to do so. There's a woman just recently who died in Georgia because she couldn't get the care that she needed because technically ending um, uh, that pregnancy at a moment when it needed to be ended because it was killing her uh, was considered a felony. So they waited too long, and then by the time they were able to do it, she died. So it's like that's another death on Trump's hands. Um, and they're not. We all know that they're hypocrites. They aren't a right to life, or they would take care of children. That was pointed out today. Where's any kind of care for that kid that you want to be born so badly after it's born? They don't have any plans for that. And the motherfuckers in the Senate yesterday, they all say they're in favor of IVF, but there was a bill to protect IVF on the Senate, and not a single, no, two Republicans voted for it. It needed 60 to pass. It got 51 votes. Lisa Murkowski and that Susan Collins, idiot from Maine, were the only two who voted for it. Um, every other Republican voted no, and it's like you can't say one thing and then vote the other way. That's the problem that I have with with people out in the world, that they say that they want to protect the women's rights, and they want to protect their friends, and that they love their LGBTQ plus friends and relatives, but then they support this asshole. No, you don't do that. You can't say you love someone and vote against them. And it's the same thing with in the Senate. You can't say you're going to support IVF and then vote against it and have us believe it. We need that. We need the voting records of these people more public. People are paying attention. We are now a politically engaged country, more so than ever, because we've had to be to fucking save the goddamn democracy. Um, it's really frustrating. Um, so their hypocrisy. It's tired. I'm tired of talking about them, but I would like to have more stories of joy. Um, Kamala Harris just did an interview and talking about the sort of the dogs and cats rhetoric, and gave such a wonderful, um, very impassioned but tempered speech about the care that one needs to take with the words that they use, and understanding when you're given the public trust that you have to actually be careful with what your words have power, and understanding what that power can do, and how it can help and how it can hurt. It was a wonderful discussion, but we didn't get to see that. We get to see Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who Sonny Hostin is 100% correct. She worked on her daddy's campaign, got a cush job in the White House because of her daddy, and from that parlayed that into taking her daddy's old job as governor of the state she grew up in, as the daughter of the former governor. Like, it's just like, you didn't do anything, Princess of Arkansas. And uh, Amy Alyssa Farfalla Griffin's point, like, she's a completely different person, in privately. And well, fuck that. That makes it worse. It's bad enough if you believe the things that you're saying, but if you actually don't believe them, but you're just saying them so that you can gain political power, That is such bullshit. That makes you worse. That is worse than being someone who believes all this crap. Tucker Carlson doesn't believe what he's saying. He just does it to make money. Most of Fox News is just doing it to make money. JD Vance has zero moral compass. Um, and he's completely flipped his ideology so that he could, because Peter Thiel asked him to, you know, you suck that dick for money and then you gotta say what he wants. It's ridiculous. And I feel like that's even worse. If you don't have the spine and the backbone to stand up for what you believe in, then how should we trust you with anything? You're you're obviously for sale to the hit by highest bidder. So um why should anybody give you power? I know that the basis of all of this Trumpism MAGA movement is the deep-seated racism and the hatred that they feel, and they are excited that they get to hate the people that they want to hate openly and freely, um, because it's the only thing that drives them, because there is no logic argument anymore, and you can't reason with any of them. It's ridiculous. Um, and it's because they don't want to admit that deep down it's because they get to hate who they want to hate. They want to make fun, they want to be children. And speaking of being children, Donald Trump's stupid tweet about, or if you put it on post whatever, so Truth Social, where the fuck he posted, I hate Taylor Swift, is not only dumb politically. Like, I just keep saying I don't want someone that spiteful and immature in charge of anything. I don't want them at the PTA. I don't want them on my town board. I don't want them any. If you're that spiteful and immature, that's your behavior that you think is okay, you certainly should not be running the country. Um, and I mean, that's what he is. He had previously flattered her, trying to get, I don't know, some attention from her, like that was ever going to happen. But it's like the boy in eighth grade who wanted to go to the dance with the pretty girl, and she said no, but then went to the dance with his big rival. And then he's like, oh, she's a stuck up bitch anyway. Like, this is, I get it. There's a lot of this country that really feeds on that kind of immaturity and that immature behavior and humor. And it's lazy. And it's a product of, the hollowing out of the American education system, and a lack of critical thinking. So that's a fun hump day, huh? Oh, we're going to stop now.